I'm terrified my boyfriend is secretly tampering with my toothbrush and making me feel unsafe, destroying our relationship with his manipulative and toxic behavior. Posted by you/throw our beautiful glow. My name is Lily, and I am 22 years old. I am in a relationship with my boyfriend, Tom, who is 28, and we have been together for about a year and a half. We live together in a small apartment, and at first, our life together felt happy, cooking meals, watching shows, and talking about our future. But over the past few months, Tom's passive-aggressive behavior and strange incidents, especially with my toothbrush, have left me scared, humiliated, and unsure if I can stay in a relationship where I feel unsafe in my own home. I met Tom at a friend's barbecue, where his friendly smile and blue eyes caught my attention. He works as a mechanic fixing cars, while I am a part-time waitress at a busy diner, saving money to restart college classes I paused last year. In our early days, we enjoyed simple things, cooking spaghetti in our small kitchen, watching true crime shows, or walking to the corner store for ice cream. 6 months ago, Tom moved into my apartment, bringing his tools and clothes to mix with my books and plants. We had small arguments, but I thought his moodiness was due to work stress. When he was upset, he would stop talking, give me cold looks, or ignore me for hours. If I tried to discuss our issues, he would say, "You are making this worse," and act like nothing happened, leaving me upset and unheard. 3 months ago, I noticed something odd with my electric toothbrush, which sits on a charger in our small bathroom. At first, I thought I was imagining it, but the toothbrush kept moving from its usual place. Sometimes it was on its side, other times pushed to the counter's edge. Our bathroom counter is crowded with Tom's razor, my hairbrush, and bubblegum toothpaste for his 8-year-old daughter, Ellie, who visits every other weekend. I assumed it was getting knocked around, but then I found it wet at odd times, like in the afternoon, hours after I brushed my teeth. One morning, the bristles looked dirty, like someone used it to clean something grimy. I felt sick. I bought a small manual toothbrush and hid it in my makeup bag under the sink, and it was never touched. Only the electric one was affected. The incidents continued, and my gut told me something was wrong. Was Tom doing this when he was angry? The day before the dirty bristles, he had been upset because I forgot to pick up his favorite coffee after my shift. He often did small things to get back at me, leaving my leftovers out to spoil, ignoring me for days, or making fun of my plans to return to college by saying they were not worth it. I felt ill thinking he might be tampering with my toothbrush to punish me, but the idea was so disgusting I could not tell anyone. One night, after finding the toothbrush wet again, I sat on our couch, Tom asleep beside me, and confronted him. "Are you messing with my toothbrush when you are mad?" I asked, my hands shaking. He laughed, looked at me coldly, and said, "You are crazy, Lily." He refused to talk more, acting like my worry was silly. His response made me feel worse, like I was overreacting, but I knew something was not right. Tom's behavior was not just about the toothbrush. He would tell me to work fewer shifts at the diner, saying, "You do not need the extra work," and laugh at my college plans, calling them a waste of time. He would act annoyed when I texted my best friend, Clara, or called my parents, making me feel bad for staying in touch. Over time, I stopped seeing Clara, who I have known since high school, and rarely talked to my family. When I upset him, like forgetting his coffee or asking about his mood, he would do things to hurt me, like leaving my sandwich outside all day and saying it was an accident. My apartment, once a happy place with fairy lights and thrifted rugs, now felt unsafe, and I was nervous, always waiting for the next problem. At the diner, I would smile while serving burgers and pouring coffee, but my thoughts were on the toothbrush incidents. I wondered if I was imagining things. Ellie's visits were a happy moment. She would draw pictures from my fridge and laugh during our movie nights, but Tom's bad moods overshadowed even those times. One evening, after a long shift, my feet sore from carrying plates, I found the toothbrush moved again, with wet bristles. I sat on the bathroom floor, looking at it, feeling scared. Was Tom doing this? The embarrassment kept me quiet. I could not picture telling Clara or my mom something so gross. Unable to sleep, I took my phone, made a new Reddit account, and posted in our /relationship_advice. I explained the toothbrush incidents, Tom's dismissive attitude, and our unhealthy relationship, asking if I was crazy or should trust my instincts and leave. The responses helped me feel understood. One commenter, /Cubed, said Tom's moody behavior and silent treatment were immature, telling me to trust my instincts and leave, even without proof. If my partner asked about my toothbrush, I would reassure them, not call them crazy, they wrote, asking if Tom tried to make me doubt myself in other ways. I replied, "I think I want to leave, but need encouragement. I am too embarrassed to talk about this in person. He is asleep next to me, and I cannot sleep thinking about this." He believes if I upset him, he can do something back to me. He makes fun of my college plans. I am holding on to our old friendship. I could tell he thought me realizing was funny. They responded, he discourages your classes? That is bad. His actions show he wants to hurt you. Do not stay with someone who hurts you on purpose. Another commenter, Sheza Saucer, said thinking about the toothbrush tampering meant I was probably right. I thanked them, saying, I felt sure, but his dismissal made me doubt myself. It helps to have support. The comments made me see things clearly, but I gave Tom one more chance, hoping he would notice my fear. After a shift, I sat him down in our kitchen, dishes in the sink. I am scared about my toothbrush, I said, keeping my voice calm. It is wet at strange times, and it is worrying me. Tom smiled, leaning back. Maybe it is Ellie playing a prank. Kids do odd things. Ellie was kind, never touching my things, and I knew he was not telling the truth. I mentioned his leaving food out, his push to keep me from friends and school, and my nervousness. He shrugged, saying, those are normal relationship problems. You need to talk better. His response surprised me. Nothing I said mattered to him. Update. I knew Tom would not change. I stopped talking, smiled, and said, maybe it is all in my head. Inside, I was finished. That night, I texted Clara, who I had not talked to much lately. She answered right away, offering her couch in my home state while I looked for work, bartending, waitressing, anything to begin again. We planned my escape. She would wait at a nearby diner the next morning, when Tom left to drop Ellie at her mom's. I spent the night packing quietly, putting clothes, my hidden toothbrush, and a few photos into 2 bags, my hands shaking but determined. When Tom's car drove off, I took my bags and left everything else, my couch, plants, and memories. I locked the door and hurried to the diner, where Clara waited with a coffee and a hug. The 6-hour bus ride to my home state felt like a new start. At Clara's apartment, I lay on her couch, tired but safe, my body feeling different, like I could relax again. Tom's text started that evening, first asking questions, then getting angry, wanting to know where I was. Ellie's mom texted, saying Ellie missed me, that I was so good with her and they needed help. I felt sad. I loved Ellie's laughter and her drawings on my fridge, but she was not my responsibility, and staying would have hurt me more. I blocked Tom and his family, ready to move forward. I am looking for jobs, hoping to bartend, and planning to restart college next semester. Clara has been my support, making dinners and taking me to karaoke to have fun again. I am talking to my parents again, who welcomed me home with hugs and food. The Reddit comments gave me courage, showing me that feeling scared at home is not normal. I am not the same Lily I was, someone who loved going out and had big plans, but I am working to be her again, one step at a time, and I am proud of that. This is probably my only update, but if something important happens, I might return to this account to share.